Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hira from Crafty Dice. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the part 2 of Knitting for Beginner series, and in today's video we are going to work on my favorite casting on method, which is called the long tail casting on method. Okay, so for this method to work, we hold the yarn in a particular way and then we maneuver the yarn needles around the strands to create the cast on loops. Now it may sound and even look a little complicated, but trust me, it's not that hard. Just need to have a little practice and then it will be a breeze. So let's try to learn how to hold the yarn properly. And for that, you first need to have a length of yarn because as the name states, it is a long tail casting on method. So it means we have to have a long tail to work with. Oh, and we only need one needle for this method. So we're just going to put this one aside. And I'm going to put this other one like this because I will be using the needle as the measurement. And I'm going to take two lengths of the knitting needle, and I think it would be enough to create around 20 some stitches, and I think that would be enough for the demonstration. Okay, so once you get your length, just make a slip knot. Now before you slip it on the needle, you have to make sure that this long tail is in front of you while this other tail that is attached to the yarn ball is at the back. It's kind of important for this method, so you have to make sure about that. I just tighten up and let's get started. Okay, so you grab the needle with your dominant hand, and with your non-dominant hand you take the pinky and the ring finger and you just lightly grab these two yarn tails. Now don't press it down, alright? We only want to hold this to keep these strands in place. Or you can do it the way I like to do it. What I do, I grab these two strands between my ring finger and my pinky, and then I curl in like this. Okay, it helps me maintain the tension according to my needs. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but if you are, then keep in mind that while it may not look like it, I am having a very loose grip on these strands. Okay? Okay, so once you get that sorted out, you take your thumb and ring finger and you push them between these two strands and then pull them apart. See, my grip is loose enough that I can easily pull the yarn apart. Pull these two strands apart. Okay, and you create this diamond shape. You with me so far? And that is the hold. You have to create this diamond shape with these two strands. Once you get that, now comes the part we're casting on. Before I show you the actions, I will explain to you how it's done so it will be easier for you to copy. Okay, so what we're going to do, you see this strand at the base of the thumb? We're going to go under and then behind that strand, okay? And then we're going to reach up all the way to the forefinger and we're going to wrap this strand around our knit needle. And then we just simply pull up, tighten the strands, and that's it. That's how the cast on is worked. Not that hard, okay? So let's try it. Okay, so this strand, we're going to go under and behind the strand. Okay, and make sure that you only have this front one. Okay, don't go behind both of these, just this front one. All right? Now, the strand that is on the forefinger, we're going to wrap this around the needle and we're going to bring this between the strands and pull up. See? and then we're going to loose the thumb, tighten the hold on these two, and pull. See, that's how the cast on works. Let's try it again. I'm sure you guys must be confused. It is a little hard at first, but trust me, just need a little practice. You will be able to do it. No worries. Okay, so the strand at the base of the thumb, you go under and behind. The strand on the forefinger, you go up and over. You bring it between the strands on the thumb. Loose the thumb and tighten the strand. And that's how you do the long tail cast on. Let's try it again. Under and behind, then up and over, in between, and tight. The strand at the base of the thumb, you go under and behind. Then the strand on the forefinger, you go up and over. Pass it between these two strands on the thumb. Loose the thumb and tighten. Let's do it again. Now this strand on the forefinger, that is the main thing. That is the one that is actually creating these loops. Okay? The one that is on the thumb, that is creating the base knot to secure the strands, to secure the loop. You see this? You see these loops? These are created by the strands on the forefinger, while these little knots at the base, these are created by the strand on the thumb. So I thought that if I explain the functions, it may be easier for you to understand how this thing works. Okay, so the yarn, the strand that is at the base of the thumb, you go under and behind. The strand that is on the forefinger, you wrap it around your needle, pass it between the strands on the thumb, and pull. Under, behind, wrap it around your forefinger, pass it between the thumb strands, the strands on the thumb, and tight. Under, behind, wrap it around, pass it between, and tight. Under, behind, wrap it around, pass it between, and tight. Let me just grab my yarn. Under, behind, wrap it around, pass it between, and tight. And that's how you make the long tail cast-ons. It may not be the easiest thing you see, but honestly, once you get the hang of it, it's really quite easy. I didn't get it the first time when I saw it, but now that's the only thing I use. completely abandoned the other method. I only use this one. It grew on me. Let's see how many cast-ons I can make. I think I said I will have 20 some stitches, or maybe around 20. Let's see if I can. It's getting a little hard to hold. You see, as you make the cast-ons, the long tail is getting shorter and shorter, and it's not getting impossible to hold. I'm just going to grab it like this. I think I'm gonna call this good. So let's see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Too short of 20. Huh? That's alright. I think that's enough. So that's how you make the cast-on with the long tail method. It's okay if you don't understand it. It really doesn't matter which method you use. What really matters is that you're getting your cast-ons, right? Just getting the job done. That's all that matters. Okay, so now that we got both ways of casting on done, we can now finally move on to stitches. So in the next video, we are going to work on the knit stitches. I'm sure you guys be excited for that. I hope you are. Well, see you in the next video. Thanks you guys. Bye.